quick question about.
I do know is we're not.
Wait a minute.
My show. How dare you get clips for even talking about me talking about it? You morons.
Quick question about anti-Semitic.
She got the nerve to call somebody a moron. Girl, I like your nerve. Child boo. No. First of all, Candace, you're not a licensed investigator. Okay. You're misusing the CIA label and making a mockery of it. You have no idea what the CIA do. I can guarantee you all right now, Candace Owens and the CandyAsses have no idea what the CIA does. They have no idea. They have no idea at how smart you have to be, the training you have to go through, to work for the CIA. She has no idea. And then she's sitting here talking about a timeline and an investigation. You can't make this up. So this video, okay, Candace. Yeah, okay. No, you're not investigating anything, Candace. Just so you know, you're not investigating anything. You're invoking reason, doubt. I mean, even some reasonable doubt, like how did the gun get on the roof? That's questions that people are asking. But to the point where you're sitting here just not figuring out that he was shot from the front. Girl, stop. Bye, Felicia. This is another video where Charlie Kirk calls out Candace Owens' brain rot. That's the name of the video, y'all. So let's get to it.
Online. Candace Owens, and I'm a big fan of you. I was a big fan of her, but she's obviously been going down this anti-Semitic bent.
He is ethnically, he is Jewish.
Who happened to be Jewish. He was Jewish. The fact that they are Jewish.
He's a Galician Jew. A Galician Jew. Something other than human.
I do want to take what you say and extrapolate. That there is a corner of the internet of people that want to point and blame the Jews for all their problems.
Those people who are still, their descendants are still in positions of power. That is what makes this unique.
Everybody, this is demonic and it's from the pit of hell, and it should not be tolerated. Period.
There's too much that I've learned about their history, about what was done to Christians.
They say, oh, it's the Jews' fault.
Everything that's being introduced by Zionists are being used to control us.
Okay, let's kind of play this out. Well, tuberculosis, that used to kill about 1 billion people. It's a group of Jewish scientists that came up with the antibiotic that cured tuberculosis. How about CPR, the MRI machine?
I mean, think about Vegas, the city that the empire of gambling was built upon.
Your
mind kind of goes to Miriam and Sheldon Adelson. We Jews love pornography because we hate Catholics.
Stop. You can't make this stuff up. She just says whatever. How dare you think, Candace Owens, someone is stifling your free speech when that nonsense comes out of your mouth? What does the P word have to do anything with it? Now she's just being nasty. Yeah, oh God, let me get some more comments in. So Miss Big says, where's the shadow on the floor? How do we know the picture is real and not doctored? In the event the picture real, might he have been waiting for everything to cool down and ordered food to wait? You know what? I don't know. Are you talking about the video from inside of the Dairy Queen? I'm just trying to understand your question here. You're saying that he went to Dairy Queen for things to cool down? Because y'all know Candace is just going to take every little thing and just make an issue out of it. And it's like, are we looking at a light bulb? We're talking about a light bulb. Like, it comes down to something like that. She's in her mind, in her alternate reality, somehow she's looking at a monster. We're looking at a light bulb in this reality on Earth. And we're trying to figure out what is she talking about, because what we're seeing is a light bulb. She's seeing a two-headed monster snake. See, that's how fantastical she makes it. We all see it as a light bulb, but she's going to turn it into a two-headed monster snake. That is how fantastical her conspiracy theories and her alternate reality and her imagination is running rampant right now, where light bulbs are becoming two-headed monster snakes in Candace's world. And the CandyAsses, they run out with it. Yeah, that's a two-headed monster snake. Get him, Candace. Tell him, girl. Kick them rocks barefoot, girl. That's what I want to do. Kick rocks barefoot, Candace. All right. Thank you guys. Evidence is never put in public before. Cases always after discovery that the average people can go pull online. The evidence exceptions when it remains sealed. Any true crime follower knows that. Yeah, I mean, and it's information that can be researched as well. You know, there's a reason why federal investigations hide, or they withhold, certain evidence and documentation. They will not always list the exhibits in the indictments. Is a reason for that. They don't want the defense to get a leg up. We don't need to know everything right now. Like, that's the thing. I want the bad guy to be caught first. Because there's a reason why you don't give everything out, because the bad guy can get a leg up or get a heads up, and then they build a defense or they go on the run. So there's a reason why you don't put everything out there right away. Don't give the bad guys all the ammunition, Candace Owens and the CandyAsses. Don't do it. It doesn't help. I recall that on the show. If Tyler's defense is taking Candace's conspiracy seriously, she could be subpoenaed and called in to testify. Exactly. And we're going to pull that information up too with the obstruction. I think the prosecution would dismantle Candace pretty easy. Yeah, it would be hard. Look how the High Court of Australia handled Candace with a visa. I want y'all to think about that for a second. Candace Owens lost her appeal to get a visa in Australia. Candace Owens lost a lawsuit she filed against USA Today. Candace Owens lost a lawsuit she filed against an apartment complex for $3,500 a month rent because she chose to live with black mold for 6 months. This is the type of person we're dealing with here. Now do you all see why Lady Luck Club went through those cases? Do y'all understand why? I want you all to understand. It gives you an insight on how people think, how they process information, how they make decisions when they're in a litigation manner. When they're in litigation, when they're in a lawsuit, when they're in a case in court. Look how she's handling the Macron's lawsuit. She told the CandyAsses on Tucker Carlson, I will not be seeking a dismissal. I want to go straight to the discovery phase. I won't do it. And then a couple days later, she files a motion to dismiss. And then not only that, her attorneys asked the court for an extension on the page and term limit for the brief to support the motion to dismiss. Do you think those CandyAsses over there are questioning her on, Candace, why did you lie to us and tell us on Tucker Carlson's show you were not seeking a dismissal, and then you turn around and file a motion to dismiss? Why did you tell us that? Why did you tell us that? Do you realize you lied to us? You think they're asking her that? Do you all think that they're hammering her in the comment section of her live stream shows about why she lied to their faces about not seeking a dismissal at all and wanting to go to the discovery phase? The answer is no. They're not, because I've been in her chat, in her comment section during a live, and I recorded myself doing it. And they don't even bring it up. I do, but they don't. They don't even care that she's lying to them about one simple motion. This is how Candace conducts herself during litigation. So the prosecutor could destroy Candace Owens if they wanted to. Because when it comes to matters of the law, what's going on in the court, Candace is not smart at all. Even with attorneys, she's losing. I mean, I literally just gave y'all 3 scenarios where she's lost. 2 of the lawsuits she filed, she was the petitioner, and she lost like hell. Even with the lawsuit against the apartment complex, she didn't even show up for court. She didn't even do a remote hearing. They just gave automatic judgment to the defendant. because Candace Owens didn't even show up. Because that is how bad she screwed that case up. She hired the wrong attorney to begin with. This is her thought process, people. She's not that bright. And it's in the court documents. That's why I went over those cases. That's how I get to see someone's thought process. She couldn't even hire the correct attorney to represent her. She hired a personal injury lawyer, and she should have hired an attorney that deals with, tenant affairs, dealing with evictions. She was evicted. And yes, she lost, and she had to pay back money she owed in back rent, plus attorney's fees for a lawsuit she filed with the court. That's how she is. And the CandyAsses, they don't care. They just talk about Israel, something with somebody paying my rent from Israel. Yeah, they're paying your rent. Why would they pay my? You know what? Let me tell you something. Notice I said rent and not mortgage. I would rather you buy me a house and have I won't have a mortgage at all. If Israel's going to do anything. But no. Never mind all the lies that Candace tells to their face. It's the Israel is paying my bills behind my back, and I don't even know that's happening. Yeah, Israel, it owes me a couple rent checks then, or whatever. Israel, if you're going to send me some money for my rent, please go ahead and send it, because it's the 18th of the month. I need to pay the rest off. Get out of here. I have a $25 goal every live stream I don't always meet. And Israel's paying my bills. Yeah, okay. Taboo. I mean, she needs to be careful of that too, because she can run herself into an obstruction of justice charge. She could. Oh yeah, don't forget Egypt. Oh yeah, Egypt paying me off too. Oh God. You're right. I recall Candace on Alex's show years ago. Yeah, she did have Alex. She was on Alex's Alex Jones show. That man owes all the money. Alex Jones owes all the money. He was sued for like $1 billion. His lawsuit was unreal, and he lost. That's why he's working. He's working to pay off a lawsuit. Like that. She wants to follow in those footsteps. Oh, okay. Candace needs mental help and prayer and supplication to the Lord. She needs a lot of things. She's got 4 kids. It's like, what is going on? And a husband. He needs to tell her to sit down. Exactly. That's what I keep saying. These people now realize there is an investigation and a trial. They can't release evidence to make Candace feel better. Exactly. They got stunned Candace Owens. Anthony Jordan game, movies and gaming. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. If the feds came to her and told her that she would just make a 3-hour-long video talking about how she's uncovered a conspiracy and this is the proof. Yeah, she would take it and flip it around. They put a gag order on her. Then they'll say, I dare you to go on your show and do a 3-hour video. See, Candace, that can happen to you. You can be gagged, girl. So if you end up, having to, one more thing. The Superman promotion started in July 2025. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that. But if you ended up, Candace, being confronted by the feds, they can put a gag order on you. I hope you know that. And what you do not do is override the court. Candace, you're not a judge. You're not even an officer of the court. So you wouldn't have a choice. You would have to follow the court's order. Why is Candace Owens so silent on her lawsuit with the Macrons? Can someone answer me that? Where the CandyAsses at? Why is Candace Owens so silent about the Macrons' lawsuit? Because she's not going to ever apologize for lying to you people, for saying that she was not going to seek a dismissal and then turned around and did just that. She's never going to apologize for that. But why is she so silent about it? Candace, why are you so quiet about the Macron's lawsuit, girl? Why are you not talking about that motion to dismiss you filed and the brief? Why don't you do a reading? Candace, do a reading of that motion to dismiss with the brief. Why don't you mention it? Candace Owens, mention that Macron lawsuit in your motion to dismiss. Won't you tell the CandyAsses the truth? For real. Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of L's you keep taking when it comes to anything in court. When it comes to litigation matters, you take a lot of L's, girl. Why don't you tell your candy asses, your cult, that you filed a motion to dismiss because you know deep down you don't have a good track record of winning lawsuits. You filed against USA Today. You even went to the Supreme Court. Y'all, she petitioned the Supreme Court for a writ and lost. She lost. Candace, you're not telling your people that. This is why I go over those cases. And you can't make it up. There's a petition for a writ of certiorari. She lost. She lost that entire case against USA Today. You can't make that up. And she doesn't say anything. What's going on, Georgia girl? Georgia Ann, how you doing? Hey, old girl, you are one of those Israel paid talkers. Candace is right. Who are you? You just showed up and all of a sudden you have a following. Honey, I've been on YouTube for almost 5 years. I have 2 channels. You can subscribe if you want. And Candace is right about what? Georgia Ann, what is Candace right about? You got to be specific here. We don't speak in code, honey. All right? We don't speak in code. We don't talk in euphemisms. I don't do whataboutisms. You need to give me direct evidence about what she's right about, specifically in this situation. One of those Israel paid talkers. What check has Israel paid me? Israel, y'all owe the Lady Luck Club some money. Georgia Ann said y'all owe me some money. God, y'all see what I mean? Y'all, Georgia Ann said, Israel, dear Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, Georgia Ann said, you owe the Lady Luck Club a bunch of money. How much ever that is, I don't know. But can you all hurry up and send me that check? Because I'm going to keep saying what I want to say. It ain't going to stop. Because obviously Israel's paying me. So whatever that might be, yeah, y'all owe me some checks. Because Georgia Ann said so. Girl, bye, Felicia. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, guess you were going in the rapture. Huh? And you are one of those Israel paid. I guess you going in the rapture. I'm not getting left behind, frankly, my dear. As for me and my house, we serve the Lord. I'm not getting left behind. You want to be left behind? Frankly, my dear, if you want to be left behind, I hear it's going to be real bad. You know, hell is still hot. No, it's not a place like you don't want to be left here without God's covering on you. You know, like, what are you doing? I don't know if you serve the Lord, frankly, my dear, but I do. All right. That ain't got nothing to do with Candace Owens. She's still going to lose. She's still going to lose. That's because she just got a track record of losing. She doesn't know the law. But who wants to be left behind? Who wants to go to hell? Like that? Come on now. You must not have critical thinking skills. This woman is rich. I don't care about her being rich. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? Frankly, my dear. Critical thinking skills. I'm so glad you were able to type those words. But what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? You're saying I'm going in the rapture? I hope so. Who wants to get raptured up? You know, anybody is like destined to go to hell? If you want to go to hell, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't want to go to hell, put a 2 in the chat. Because I heard it's real bad down there. I heard hell is hot. Who's trying to go to hell here? Like, I don't know anybody that wants to go to hell. So, show me the money. I'm just saying, frankly, my dear, critical thinking skills, you don't need to have critical thinking skills to become rich. You just need to do what Candace is doing and just say a bunch of nonsense. I could do videos and do the same thing. I just have integrity and I know how to read. Plus, it's just not my style, okay? It's a headache. I'm not going to sit here and mislead hundreds to thousands to millions of people, all because I want them to keep watching me do something. Especially when there's so many other content creators out there. God has blessed me to be able to have the supporters I have. Amongst all of the people that utilize YouTube, there are over 1 billion users on YouTube, frankly. Over 1 billion with a B users on YouTube. And God has blessed me to have over 28,400 subscribers, supporters here out of the 1 billion users on YouTube. That's a blessing to me. And I don't take that lightly. I don't take that for granted. So the information that I share, that I give, it should be information that people should be able to look up. So for me to feel like I have to sit here and to say a bunch of nonsense to get more people to watch me, how is that not chasing views? Which on YouTube translates to money. Why should I have to put aside integrity to do that? You're saying she's rich and so is her husband. Good for them. She's about to spend a lot of money out on litigation costs. With people like you lying by the minute, what have I lied about? You gotta be specific. Name the things that I have lied about and then actually provide evidence to debunk me. That's how we get challenged here. Debunk me with factual evidence and documentation. She at least has thinking skills. What has she thought about? You must not write? What? Is that a question? Why do you have a space after the word right? I don't, God. Debunk me with factual documentation and evidence. Frankly, my dear. And thank you for tuning in. Anthony Jordan says she thinks she's helping the right. She's really hurting the right. Yeah. I mean, conservatives are starting to get sick of her. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Thank you, writer. It's hilarious. It says a lot that a provocateur like Milo Yiannopoulos had no issue getting to Australia, and she did. Yeah. That speaks volumes, because things that she says incites violence and causes people to want to go out and cyber harass others. Ain't that right, frankly, my dear? Isn't that right? See, me, I you're not harassing me, but I'm just saying, imagine you doing this to another content creator and you're doing it to antagonize them. This is what the CandyAsses are out here doing. And they're saying that Israel's paying people, and I haven't gotten one check yet, Benjamin Netanyahu. Frankly, my dear, in Georgia, Ann say you owe me some money. I should not be broke as hell at all, huh? Well, they say I'm going to heaven. I'm getting raptured. I should be paid by Israel. Look at God. I don't hear anything wrong with that. I'm not hearing anything bad. Oh, no. A whole country wants to pay me. Oh. Okay. What are we talking about here? And Candace is still going to sit here and lie to you all about a motion to dismiss. I want documentation and evidence, frankly, my dear. Going back and forth with me. You're not calling me out. I want evidence and documentation. Evidence and documentation to debunk me. Candace Owens said that she was not going to file a motion to dismiss. She did. I want the documentation to debunk the fact that she did not file it, I guess, if you're saying that. Otherwise, what are you calling me out on, honey? You don't know what you're talking about. Israel first is what Trump is doing, not America. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm not talking about Trump. You're not calling me out on something that I'm not even talking about. That's not how I run my chat here. You're not calling me out on something I'm not even speaking on. You stick to the topic, and they call me out on something that I'm talking about with the topic. You tell me who the chosen people. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Candace Owens and her lies in the cult. CandyAss. Frankly, my dear, it's a CandyAss, by the way. Y'all didn't know that? Oh God. Y'all get on, y'all keep Franklin, my dear, entertained, because he's definitely chiming in. Child. Keep him entertained. Somebody let me know when he drops some documentation and evidence. Until then, let's get back to this video. Because I can't, frankly, my dear, you got to come with facts here. I don't operate on your nonsense and whataboutisms and your conspiracy theories. You can't, I understand you're a candy ass, but you can't come over here with the candy ass behavior, okay? You got to act like you got some sense. All right?
Catholics and we hate Jesus and allows us to crush the church.
You know, there were 500 million lives that were saved over the last 50 years because of people that were Jewish scientists that were working on things.
Drugs, prostitution, sex pornography.
I never say thank you to the Jews, but they always say shame on the Jews. It's weird how that works.
They want to make you guys think that this culture is okay because then they can subjugate your culture.
If you are blaming 0.02% of the world's population for all of your problems,
they will ruin your effing life. We're coming for your job. We're coming for your finances. We're coming for that tour in Australia.
Oh no, that's what she's mad about. Oh no, Candace, I see. You're mad because you couldn't get that tour in Australia. Candace, no one told you to say all the dumb things you say to lose your tour. You wasted the court's time in Australia. You act as if they owe you something, and they don't. They don't. That's not the only case you've lost, Candace. Don't feel bad. You've lost the one against USA Today and the one against the apartment complex that you filed. You couldn't even show up for court for that. You're going to lose the Macron case. If Josh Hammer sues you, he's going to slam dunk it. If Phil Lyman sues you, he's going to slam dunk it. If the Israeli prime minister sues you, he's going to slam dunk it. You're going to keep losing because you, Candace Owens, are the one choosing to run your mouth and say the things that you say.
You won't be able to move, Candace.
that is not going to be good for your soul. It's not good for your psychology. It's not good for your future in any way, shape, or form.
It is shocking to me how when I'm not even trying to look into Israel, they pop up in everything. What's happening here? Wake up, like what's happened in this country, because we all recognize that something's not right.
Well, it's the Duke's fault. That is sloppy and shallow thinking. And so I would just say this, that any young person that goes into this hyper online brain rot.
It was just convenient for Israel that JFK got shot. It was convenient for Israel, by the way, when the towers went down. It's all about controlling our minds. That makes Israel the master of the universe.
You are serving yourself over to your own demise. You are serving yourself into a
You notice how no one in Israel is saying that they're the master of the universe. Just Candace. Candace, why are you speaking those things out there then? Why are you saying those things? No one's saying that but you. And the candy asses, you know. Shout out to Frankly, my dear. Y'all are the only ones sitting here giving all of this leverage and credibility. Somehow Israel is paying me. Benjamin Netanyahu, you owe me some money. I can't say that without laughing. Here I am thinking, Lord, I want a raise on my job. And all I have to do is just get on YouTube now and let all the candy asses come over here and tell me that the entire country of Israel is sending me money that I have not seen yet. Where's his money at? Frankly, my dear, won't you hit my Cash App if that's the case? I'm just saying. How about we come back, whatever money you think I'm getting paid from Israel, you in Georgia, and why don't you all hit my Cash App or leave me some supers? We have a $25 goal for the cash for the live stream. We have $25 goal every live stream. So frankly, my dear, and Georgia Ann should be sending me some supers and Cash Apps because they don't want me to get that money from Israel, you know, because reasons, you know, and blah, blah, blah.
a suicide